Yo, what is up guys? It's your boy Mike. You already know what is up and what is good. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why the Eastern Conference isn't all that bad. Now, if you look at all the teams at the top of the Eastern Conference, what do they all have in common? All the good teams in the Eastern Conference are the younger teams in the East. So all the young teams in the East are the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So teams like the Knicks, the Pacers, the Celtics, the Sixers, the Bulls and Magic are really going to work their way up into that mix in the next few years to come. In the next few years down the road, you can really start to see the balance of the NBA shift to the Eastern Conference, because all these teams that are really young right now, they're going to be in their primes. So you really have a nice young core of Eastern Conference, not even players, but I mean, look at the next generation of talent in the league. You know, you got Giannis on the Bucks, Kristaps, Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina on the Knicks, Victor Oladipo, Sabonis, Miles Turner on the Pacers, and then you got Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid on the Sixers. If Kyrie Irving decides to say Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Terry Rozier, and then you got the Bulls. You know, they have a nice young core, but they have a lot of forwards, so they might have to trade up or do something. So then you got the Magic. I really like that Magic team as well. I mean, you got Mo Bamba, Jonathan Isaac, Aaron Gordon. They picked up Jarian Grant, so they have a really nice team as well, along with their new draft picks in the 2018 NBA draft. So you have a lot of young teams in the Eastern Conference going to move up just because of them getting older. So you really start to see the balance of the NBA shift over to the Eastern Conference. And then we'll start to see the East really be the strong point of the league. And you look at the teams in the Western Conference, all those teams have a lot of players, aside from the Utah Jazz and maybe the Denver Nuggets. They have a lot of players that are in their primes, or they just passed their prime. So a lot of them are just older and have more experience, and they have more than two players that are good. That's why they are so much better than the Eastern Conference, because a lot of the teams in the East are really young, but there are some good teams that are young, like the Celtics, the Pacers, the Sixers, and the Knicks when Kristaps comes back healthy. And then maybe you got the Bulls going up there. If this is the next generation of talent, then count me in for sure. You know, the future of the league is in great hands in the likes of Jason Tatum, you know, Jaylen Brown, Victor Oladipo, Miles Turner, Sabonis, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kristaps. When that time comes and they're all in their prime at the same time, I am down for sure to watch that every night in the NBA. So, you know, guys, that's why the Eastern Conference isn't as bad as we all think. You know, yes, it's not as great as the West right now, but down the road, you know, you can probably see the balance of the NBA shift over to that Eastern Conference. So, and the matchups in the Eastern Conference are so much less decided. You know, yes, you have the Celtics at the top, but there are teams that can compete with them, you know, and it's not like the Celtics are just way up higher than everyone else. They're at least barely or just a little bit over the rest of the teams, at least the next tier of teams. So you'll be able to see the series in the first round go a little bit longer. In the next few years, I don't think there'll be a sweep in the Eastern Conference. You'll start to see like the playoff series in the Eastern Conference, even in the first round, will go to at least 6 games in every matchup. So many of these teams in the Eastern Conference are so well matched up and so close together that every playoff series will be so close, and every playoff series will be a long series to watch. So I think you'll start to see that playoff series go a little bit longer, and there'll be better ratings for everyone to see. So it's good for everyone. We can see our favorite teams in the playoffs for longer, and you'll start to realize that there's no given winner in the Eastern Conference. Unlike the West, you know, you're just watching teams play just to lose. Whereas the Eastern Conference, you know, you really don't know who's gonna win. So that's the best part about the Eastern Conference. You know, it's anybody's game. And I think because of that, you might see players start to leave the West and come to the East. You know, maybe there's just some players in the West, you know, that have been stuck in that middle because the West is so tough to get out of. You know, maybe you'll start to see them go to the Eastern Conference where it's a little bit easier. Go to a team that's contending, or a team that you'll like to see yourself in, to really get yourself a chance while you're still in your prime to contend for a championship. So guys, there are so many promising young stars and teams out there in the Eastern Conference that I'm fully down to see in the future of the NBA. The future of the league stands in the Eastern Conference. I mean, it really does. This is the future of the league right here in front of our eyes in the Eastern Conference. Yes, you have some really nice teams in the West, such as the Utah Jazz, the Denver Nuggets. The Phoenix Suns might start to move up when they acquire their players. The Mavericks, the Kings. So teams like that, you'll start to see them be at the top in the next coming years. So I really do think the NBA is primed for another great generation of talent. really nice young players to take over. So guys, let me know what you think about this take here. What do you think about the Eastern Conference and their young talent, and the Western Conference as well? But you have a lot of young teams in the Eastern Conference that are primed to be really, really good. And if that is the future of the league, then count me in. You have so many great young players and young teams in the Eastern Conference, and when they all hit their prime at the same exact time, I can't wait for that. So guys, let me know what you think about this. What team do you most look forward to seeing in the future next? Let me guys know what you think down in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. It's been your boy Mike, and you can let that beat drop.